Like Dad, I've always been a Ford man. The Falcon Squire wagon was unloved in 1964, but turns heads today. The Americans call them woodies, but the panelling, it's just fiberglass and plastic. But it's a passion that Shannons understands, which is why my Fords are insured with Shannons. And now, so's the home.
Call Shannons on 13 46 46. Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts.
Gasolene is proudly brought to you by Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts, and the following sponsors. I'm Michael Curzon, producer creator of Gasolene. Hope you enjoy.
Viewers, I'm still out at Speed Parts in Hallam. I've got Mark with me here. Mark, your 66 Dodge Coronet behind us. What a vehicle. What can you tell us about it?
I've had it for about 4 or 5 years now. Originally bought it, I had another similar car, and I saw this one. I like the colour combination a bit better. Silver with the red, so ummed and ahed, and the wife gave me the go-ahead and said, yeah, if you really want it, you can have it. So I didn't ask again, so just rang the dude, made him an offer he couldn't refuse, and yeah, got it shipped down from Sydney, sight unseen. Just sort of asked a lot of questions, got a lot of photos and all that sort of gear. Got it down here and thought, oh yeah, okay, it is what it is. But as soon as I started up, I thought, yeah, that's it. I love it. It sounds really cool. It's pretty rare down here. There's not a few 67s, not many 66s around. It's got a 440 big block in it, 727 auto, hooker headers, Edelbrock manifold, all the standard gear that you put on, that sort of stuff to get it run a bit nicer. It cruises along nicely. Yeah, it's just a good old thing there, a little bit different.
The Coronets, they're very eye-catching. Now, you don't see them very often, especially with that 440. They had a great range of engine choices of these vehicles, didn't they?
Yeah, it went from Slant 6, 225, 273 V8, 318, 383, and then 440s, or you can also get the 426 Hemi, but if you want, unless you're Jay Leno, you're not going to get one of those. But standard drum brakes all around, a bit hairy to drive, but you get used to it. But I didn't leave them on for long, it was just a bit too scary and just wasn't nice to drive. Put the disc brake kit on it just to make it a lot nicer to drive and get out there. My 17-year-old son, when he got his learner's permit, this is the first car he drove. So that was down at Phillip Island on the racetrack, so he was pretty happy with that, and so he's got the taste for it now, so yeah, all good.
So you've done the disc brake conversion. What other modifications have you done to the car since you've had it?
Just a bit of tidying up, just cleaning up, just making it nicer to drive. The engine, don't know what's inside there, just played around with the carby a bit, just changed it from an Edelbrock carby to a Holly. I like working on the Hollies, it's a bit easier. Different ignition system in it, and yeah, just basically getting it nicer to drive, making it a better car to sit on the road.
It's extremely eye-catching. You've got that silver paint, the red trim, and those 440 decals. It really does just grab you when you drive down the road. It must be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. It's a bit hard sometimes, especially when you get the tradies driving along, hanging out the window with the phones, taking photos of it, and it gets a bit scary sometimes. I'd rather look at the road and not the car, but you sort of get used to it after a while. Had it for a long time, so I don't really worry about it too much.
Mark, thank you very much for having a chat. It's been a lot of fun. I hope you're enjoying your day out here at Speed Parts. I'm going to let you go now and we'll catch you soon.
Yeah, certainly. Cheers. Thanks for that. See you next time.
are, viewers. I've got Carl with me at the moment. Carl, bit of a unique car behind us, a 1972 Chevelle. What can you tell us about it?
Brought the car from a guy in Queensland about 6-7 weeks ago. Me and my wife decided to buy a classic car. We found this one, so we got it brought down from Queensland. Been very happy with it. It's running a 350 with a turbo 350. The motor's been worked a fair bit, but until we pull the motor apart, we don't really know what's in it. It's got roller rockers, cam, Albright manifold, extractors, so she sounds good. But as I said, runs really well. Until we strip it down and see what's on. It's the unknown at the moment. So.
Now, I believe you weren't looking for a 72 Chevelle. How did you come across this car?
We were actually looking for a 55 Chev at the time, and when we were going through the internet looking, this one popped up in front of us and actually liked the look of it, showed the wife, and me and the wife made the decision to buy it and bring it down. A bit of a stressful time because you hand over the money and you think, oh, is the car going to turn up? What's it going to like? Because we were supposed to fly up and have a look at it. But due to circumstances, we couldn't get there, and we trusted the guy on his word, and actually he's actually been very good to deal with.
All right, that's great to hear. So when it came down, you're more than happy with it?
Yeah, it was. Went and picked it up from a place over in Camberfield where they delivered it to. It come, as you see, without the stripes. The stripes are only installed last Friday by Signshack, and they've done a pretty good job. There's a couple of minor things we need to touch up. But no, very happy with the car when it arrived.
Now, you don't see many 72 Chevelles on the road. Do you happen to know how many are here in Australia?
No, I don't. I actually joined the Chevrolet Car Club and they told me there was 27 of them, so I thought I'd be the 28th, but I've actually been to a couple of events and I haven't seen any. But last Friday night we managed to just go to a cruise that was down in Carrum Downs or Langwarrin and seen two down there, so it's actually trying to get to shows to have a look at and see and compare, because we still need a few things to do to this car and want to see what we've got to do and to get it right up to like original condition. So.
Must be a little bit of a nice feeling. There's only 25 or 30 of them around that you know of, so you're not going to see them everywhere. It's a great looking car and I really appreciate having a chat with you today.
Yeah, it's nice. Thanks very much. I like watching your show. It's very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for more Gasoline after the break.
Don't forget to check out the all-new Shannons Club. Once you sign up, you can create your own profile, including things like your previous cars, your current cars, the history of those cars, modifications and photographs. You can also search for other members' vehicles, keep up to date with things like news and current events, videos. Check out your local car clubs and jump on the forum to talk to other like-minded enthusiasts about your passion. Here we are, viewers. I've got Shane with me at the moment. Shane, behind us is your HJ Ute. Now, these things have traditionally been an old tradie car, but they're really coming into their own. You told me a minute ago that this used to be your work car, is that correct?
Yeah, it used to be a plasterer's work car, so we used it for quite a few years and then pulled it off the road and did it up for what it is today.
So you've done all the restoration yourself, have you?
It was actually painted at Holloway Panels in Bayswater. The interior was done and the motor, I paid to do the motor, but the rest of it I put it all together myself and worked it from there basically.
Now the drivetrain of the Ute, Shane, does it remain the same? Is it still the original engine?
No, it was a 6-cylinder original.
Okay, and what can you tell the viewers now about the drivetrain? What have you put in it since you pulled that 6 out?
The turbo, 308, mildly done, turbo 350 with a 10-bolt Salisbury 3.08.
A little bit different to that 6-cylinder you used to drive around in while you were plastering. How long did it take you to build it, Shane?
Around 4 years, sort of off and on, here and there when I had money. But yeah, no, it's a good car.
Now you said it's not quite finished, you've got a few little things that you need to tidy up, but you're just about to start another car as well, is that correct?
Yeah, and I've got a HQ LS Monaro, one owner, so it's a good little project to start later. A little bit more on this one, and then I'll get onto that.
Bit of a sucker for punishment, you haven't even finished this one and you're already starting your next.
Oh, the HQ come along at the right time, and just too good a thing to pass up, so it's a really good car.
And the HQ, are you going to keep that original or are you going to change some things around like you have on the ute here?
No, definitely original. Dock wheels and everything, I think, at this point in time anyway.
All right, Shane, thank you very much for having a chat. It's a great ute, you've done really well. Congratulations to you and everyone that helped you build it, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you heaps. Thanks for being on Gasolene. Bye.
Look at this, viewers, I've got Jeff with me here. Jeff, behind us is your 32 Tudor. What a fantastic looking car. What can you tell the viewers about it?
Well, it's a 1932 Tudor Ford. I brought it in from the States about 4 years ago and had to do a bit of work to it when I got it. Didn't have an interior when I got it, didn't have seat belts. I had to change a lot of things to make it fit our rules, like I had to put new glass in it. Change the brake hoses, put a power booster on the brakes, change the front end, do a lot of things like that. Just not that there was anything wrong with them, it's just that they didn't meet our standards. And it didn't have a bonnet when I got it either, so I'll put that on as well. And so yeah, I've had it 4 years. Got it finished and trimmed about a year ago, and yeah, got on the road just before Easter this year.
That's great, Jeff. Now, I believe it was a road-registered car in America,
Yes,
but
that's
they were
right.
pretty slack with a lot of things. You were telling me a story about the battery.
Yeah, their standards are a little different over there. When I got the car, it had no interior, and when I was looking at the photos of it on the internet, I couldn't figure out where the battery was. And it wasn't until I got the car that I discovered the battery was actually sitting on the back floor, and the only thing that was holding it in was the two cables that came up through holes in the floor. And that was legally registered in the US. So it's a bit different to here.
And Jeff, apart from those other changes you've had to do to bring it up to standard, what else have you done to the vehicle since it landed in Australia?
Basically, I've just been through it all. It had a bit of blue flames on it, and the diff was blue, and I didn't like that, so I changed all that. I basically repainted about the bottom half of the car. It was already painted when I got it, but it needed a bit of body repairs and a bit of touching up. And yeah, so I've just basically fixed it up, put the bonnet on it. I had to change the running boards. I had to put a whole new interior in it. But yeah, look, it's a great car. I love it.
It is. Sounds like a lot of work, but it's definitely worth it. Jeff, the car really stands out. Thank you very much for having a chat with us today. I've really enjoyed it.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure.
Stay tuned for more gasoline after the break.
Modern Plating, for all your plating needs. With over 50 years experience in delivering quality to the automotive restoration industry, whether it be bumpers, die-cast pieces, polishing and repairs to aluminium or stainless steel mouldings, even ceramic coatings, Modern Plating has it covered. modernplating.com.au, located 4 to 6 King Street, Oakley, Victoria. Remember, Modern Plating, when quality matters.
Hi and welcome back to Rocket.
Today we're looking at Hughes transmissions. Now we've spoken to you about Croat transmissions before, but Hughes take it to another level. They're renowned in America and sportsman racing for some of the toughest gearboxes. Now the reason why is they've got 40 years of experience building these transmissions. Each transmission is put together by a technician at Hughes with all brand new parts. Then they're dyno tested, and then the pan's stripped off, the oil's checked, and they're all inspected to make sure there's no issues before they're shipped. Hughes transmissions have got a great range of gearboxes covering the horsepower spectrum. So you've got your standard gearbox, which is good for about 350 horse, all the way up to your 2000 horsepower strip animal for drag racing and competition. Now they've got a great range of parts inside with steel hubs, billet hubs, manual valve bodies, trans brakes already fitted. They also do a great range of store converters, anywhere from your standard store to your heavy duty high store converter. Hughes do a variety of transmissions for GM, Ford and Chrysler. Here's a C4, as you can see it's all brand new, doesn't come with the bell housing. We've got those in stock for either street application or SFI rated for drag racing applications. You've got your Turbo 400 here. Now this can be bought as a single unit or it can be bought as a street muscle car package. Now it comes with its converter from Hughes again. You've got Lucas high grade semi-synthetic oil. You've got line flush, you've got a lockable dipstick, trans cooler and even the trans mount. This is a great package because all you've got to do is run your lines and everything's there to fit straight up behind your crate motor.
To download your free copy of the Rocket and Aeroflow Performance Parts catalogue, go to the sponsor section on the Gasolene website. Click on the links and download away. With over 650 combined pages of performance parts and accessories, you're sure to find everything you need for your car.
And here we go, viewers. I've got Roy with me at the moment. Roy, your Monaro's behind us. What can you tell us about the car?
I've had the car for about 8 years and built it myself, and me and my son enjoy driving it and enjoying cruising together. So yeah, it's fun.
With that build, Roy, is it all back to standard or have you modified it a bit? Colour, trim, drivetrain?
Everything's all original except the drivetrain. It's got a 406 Chev, 9-inch turbo, 2-speed glide, and yeah, enjoy driving it. Have fun.
Have some fun. That 406 Chev, does it only stay on the road or do you get it out on the track every now and then?
Nah, she goes to the track. She's always at Heathcote or Calder Park, but now if you run 1090 at Calder, you've got to have a roll cage, and it's a street car, so you don't put a roll cage in it. So yeah.
And the paint and trim, that's all original? Silver mink, is it?
Silver mink, red trim, Goya red trim. Yep, all original. So yeah.
And that 406, you built it yourself. What can you tell me about the internals of that engine?
It's got a dart block, SRP pistons, roller camshaft, alloy headed, 950 carby, and made 605 horsepower on the dyno, so it gets up and goes.
So not a bad little combo for the street car that you can take on the track as well.
Yeah, it's gone 1060, 130, so enjoy driving it.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. Roy, I know you're busy. Thank you very much for having a chat with us, and we'll catch you soon.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
Viewers, I've got Bruce with me here at the moment. Bruce, behind us is your SS Tirana. What a great looking car. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, it's a genuine SS, 76 model. When we started restoring it about 7 years ago, decided to go the whole A9X look. So now it was originally a 253, it's now 355. Saginaw gearbox, 9-inch diff, drop tank, Simmons wheels, flares, all that sort of thing.
So you've done a great amount of work to the car. It must have been a lot of fun. Did you run into any hiccups along the way?
Massive amount of hiccups. I've got all thumbs, so I can't do anything myself. So I've relied on other people. I've had 2 people attempt to build it for me and had dramas with them, and I've finally found a good group of guys that I can rely on to do all the work for me. So yeah, don't do a lot myself.
So there's a little bit of an interesting story about how you found the car. You're actually a member of the Tirana Club at the time and you brought it from someone, is that correct?
Yep. The car we bought from a member there, Sharon, and had the nickname Errol the Feral, which is stuck. We still call it Errol. And she, from memory, used it as a daily driver, and when I bought it, I had another SS hatchback, which was my daily driver, and this was always going to be a bit of a toy.
So you were looking for another car, or was it just the car was too good to let go?
Bit of both. I'm always looking. So, you know, if something comes up and it's a good car and a good price, I'll always grab it.
And it was an everyday driver when you got it. How long did you keep it as an everyday driver for before you pulled it down?
Probably about 5 years. Yeah, it was probably 4 or 5 years I kept it standard. Just little things. I did some club days in it and that sort of stuff, and then we just decided it needed a birthday and stripped it down and started rebuilding it.
Now these coupes are notorious for rusting. What was the body like when you started to strip it all down?
When we started to strip it down, it was pretty rotten. The rear pillars, especially from memory, it was the left-hand side, was almost completely gone. So both rear pillars have been completely refabricated. Other than that, it wasn't too bad. The rear hinges were okay. Floors were good. So just bolt-ons like the doors and the front guards and that sort of thing were starting to go, so we just replaced them.
The car presents really well and you see it at the moment with the white, the black, those flares. Is this the original colour of the car, or have you changed it?
No, we've changed it. The interior is standard or original. But the exterior was a chamois colour, which was very similar to the colour inside. But I've always loved the white and black on the A9X, so putting the flares on it, might as well make it the way I want it.
Great decision. The car looks fantastic. Thank you very much for having a chat. I hope you enjoyed your day here out at Speed Parts in Hallam.
It's been awesome, thanks.
Here we are, viewers. I've got Travis with me at the moment. Travis, what a great looking Charger behind us, mate. What can you tell me about the car?
Well, this is my 72 VH Charger that I've done up as a General E. As first idea I got was from a mate who decided he wanted to buy a Celica and do it up as a Mustang from the Gone in 67 movies. And I thought, if he can do that, why can't I buy a Charger and make my own General E?
What a great story. Now, Travis, you said you found this Charger pretty close to work. You had to head off early and go find it?
Found it in the trading post one day, seen it, rang the bloke up, and he said, oh, there's a heap of people looking at it. So I said, better leave work. And off I went and looked at it, and he's telling me, oh, it doesn't have much rust in it. It's only a little bit here, a little bit there. Little did I know it was everywhere. It was cancerous.
You've done a full rebuild on the car, Travis. It must have been a lot of work. How much of that have you done yourself?
I've done everything myself except for the paint. That's the only thing I didn't know how to do, and I got another guy and he painted it for me.
Okay, so it would have been a lot of fun, a lot of hard work. Travis, what can you tell the viewers about the drivetrain of the vehicle?
Well, it's a 318 engine with a 727 auto and just a standard diff. And I've upgraded the front brakes to BA Falcon.
The upgrade to the BA brakes, Travis, was there much drama in that, or was it a pretty easy conversion?
It was a pretty easy conversion. Found a kit on eBay, and it's pretty much bolt on. I did have a drama earlier in the year. I had a brake lock, and the car just wouldn't move. Smoke pouring out of the front wheels, but I got that fixed.
Okay, Travis, thank you very much for having a chat with us today. It's been a great day out here. I can see you've got your hands full, so I'll let you get going.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks a lot.
Stay tuned for more Gasoline after the break.
Supercharge your Australia Day weekend as Mount Gambier welcomes an action-packed carnival of mayhem with the Valvoline Auto Fest. Show and Shine, Dyno Challenge, DB Drags, Spear as Bud, Auto Carter, Go to Woe, Burnout Demo, Cruise Track, and the winner takes all Trident Tyres Burnout Shootout, with the victor taking home $5,000. Mount Gambier Showgrounds, the Valvoline Auto Fest, all Australia Day weekend. Don't forget, Country comes to the city for the Melbourne Performance Showdown, Feb 8 and 9 Melbourne Showgrounds.
Gasoline is proudly brought to you by Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts, and the following sponsors. I'm Michael Curzon, producer creator of Gasoline. Hope you enjoy.